You know what? Besides the heat and mosquitoes, this place is actually pretty chill. I freak with it low key. Oh, hey, what are you doing here? Look, I get it. I haven't uploaded in like 2 months. My fault. But in my defense, my internet provider Spectrum, and I was without any internet access for about that whole time, okay? So give me a break. But in my defense though, did I already just say that? Regardless, we're balling, we're just going at it. We're just no protection, no condom, no lube. Where am I going with this? Look, we're talking about cats, bro. Alright? We're talking about cats. Why am I in a random ass park talking about cats? Honestly, I don't know. But if I'm being real, who cares? I have a cameraman now. Say hi. I'm lying. No, I don't. It's gonna be a lot of lies in this video, but it's okay. I got new equipment. Hey, look, in the span of the 2 months that I haven't made a video, I've been investing in myself, all right? I got a stand now that I got from TikTok. So shout out to the Chinese kid who got paid 2 pennies an hour to make that shit for me. I appreciate you, dog. But yeah, I'm in the back trails in the park that's nearby where I live. It's actually closed off. I'm not supposed to be here, but who cares?
Alright, so chances are either you or someone you know owns a cat. Though in all honesty, it's probably the other way around. I'd be lying if it doesn't feel like the 4 rats I take care of own me. They live in my house, they eat my food, they don't pay rent, they don't pay no damn taxes. You know what I mean? Like, these guys practically just own me. This got me thinking though, just how exactly did cats find themselves under our care? Well, to figure this out, we're gonna have to look back into how these creatures showed up in the first place. Okay, so what exactly is a cat? For starters, cats are carnivorous mammals that reside in the family Felidae. In this group, you can find 2 families, Pantherae and Felinae. Pantherae being home to the big cats, while Felinae houses the small cats. This means even though your Maine Coon might think it's a little mini lion, it couldn't be more distantly related. Also, a fun fact, cheetahs are actually part of Felidae, so they're technically small cats, even though they're like the size of certain dog breeds. The history of cat evolution is actually pretty convoluted, with the first real cats appearing around the Oligocene 25 million years ago. These first cats were in the genus Prolylurus, which consists of 3 distinct species. You have Prolylurus lemonensis, Prolylurus bourbonensis, and Prolylurus major. I'm not going to go too into the specifics because it's not the focus of this video, and not much is known about them anyways besides the fact that they look and probably act like civets. Civets, if you didn't know, are actually the most closely related organisms to cats before they split. I'll put something in the video here to explain without confusing you guys. Following Prolylurus, there's Pseudolurus. It isn't really concretely known if Pseudolurus are direct descendants of Prolylurus or if they share a common ancestor with them, but for the sake of our sanity, I'm going to go with the notion that they are descended from Prolylurus. So basically regular animal evolution. Pseudolurus is what I would consider the father of all cats. This is because all cat species are descended from them, though an important distinction to make is that Pseudolurus itself is a species complex, not like a singular animal. If you don't know what I mean by this, don't feel bad because this is where shit kind of hits the fan. Turns out, some cracked up paleontologists decided that every ancient cat they found fell under the genus Pseudolurus. So I know you're asking now, what exactly is a species complex? Well, I'll have Chris in the park explain that for you.
Oh boy. It's a nice thing now that narrator Chris is taking care of this video, so I could just read my book, finish this chapter. Because God knows this last chapter of The Witcher is actually kind of trugging, bro. It's not that good. What the dude? What do you want me to tell him?
What a species complex is.
I don't want to tell him. Okay, bro. So what's a species complex? Yeah, I'm asking you. What's a species complex? You don't know? Don't feel bad. I don't know either. Come on, follow me.
But what the hell, boy?
You're not escaping. I know. If you didn't fight me,
I have to cut it. I had to cut it. I had to cut it because of course I messed it up. All right. I hope this try works because God knows how many times it took me to record this segment with this little shitty TikTok Chinese mic that won't pick up anything. All right. So, a species complex. What is it? For lack of a better word, basically subspecies on crack. Or what I have written down, two members of the exact. No, frick, dude. I had to cut it. I had to because of course I messed it up. It's a simple video. It's a simple thing I have to talk about. Of course I cut it. All right. Hopefully this time works, so I don't mumble, stumble, stutter, or whatever. Ooh, low-key rhymes. Ooh. Anyway. Okay.
But what the hell, boy?
Alright, I hope you motherfuckers are enjoying what I'm doing with this video, because this is like my 27th try filming this specific bit. Alright? We're gonna keep going. From the top. And then it's gonna cut or whatever the fuck. What is a species complex? Okay. The reality of the matter is, not a lot of people know what a species complex is. And to be honest, I shouldn't even bother with it. Only reason why I haven't included in this is because it's in my script, and my script is strictly pulled straight from Wikipedia, dude. I actually use other sources too, alright? But mainly Wikipedia because I'm broke, bro. Alright? Give me a break. Alright. This is like my 40th try doing this, bro. Why am I messing this up so much? What's a species complex? I don't freaking know, dude. Nobody knows. Why? What's a species complex? So, species complex is basically two organisms that are so similar in appearance that it's difficult to detect whether they are members of the same species or they're different species. It's that simple. It's that simple. I don't know why it's made more complicated than it needs to be. It's that fucking simple.
Okay, so that brings us back to Philonae and Pantherinae. The other groups don't exist because it's my video and I said so. So if you got a problem with that, jump off a bridge or something. I don't know what to tell you, dog. But before we talk about Philonae, holy shit, I think it's time to bring up Pantherinae. And I got a nice little song about it because I'm lazy and I don't want to talk about anything.
Enphilidae, their nest two clades, one we will soon discuss, but right now we'll speak of Pantherinae. Its discussion's a must. Inside the clade of Pantherinae, there's two genuses as well. 7 to 6 species, I'll list them all, so listen, it's worth the tell. I'll start off with Neophilus, the house of the cloud of leopards. Then right after, I'll sing the next chapter and begin with Panthera, you nerds. Neophilus diarly, you'll see them hardly. As they're class vulnerable, in Indonesia, one final but they'll see them because they are nimble. In Malaysia, around the Himalayas, all the way to China, you'll find their cousin equally as vulnerable. Neophilus nubulosa, they keep to themselves unlike anyone else because they don't want nobody to see them. They're in danger because of illegal poaching, so I can't really say that I blame them. Reach Panthera because of the air, so let's go have some fun. There's lions and tigers and jaguars and leopards in relation to clouded ones. Arguably the cutest, but definitely the most secluded is the snow leopard. In the mountains of Asia, they try to invade it, but unfortunately it doesn't work. Nearby the mountains, there's tigers and cousins, you're more likely to see them. They're still endangered and it's not super common, so trust me, you don't want to meet one. Now we have leopards again, but this time it's different, I swear. Much bigger than the others and golden in color, but there's more to them than hair. They hang their kills on top of trees, so other predators cannot reach them, but lions are bruisers, they smell they come close, so there's not much to do but to leave them. The king of the jungle lives in the savannah, and it's a common misnomer. Despite all of that, lions for Africa. Then there are jaguars, kings of the jungle that eat almost anything that fits in their mouth, even including canids.
Hold on. Wait. Why am I talking about big cats? The whole point of this video is literally Philonae, specifically Felis. So let's get that out of the way. So Feline is composed of 13 genera, each filled with diverse species. Some of the members include cheetahs, like I said earlier, pumas, surprisingly, so that means cougars too, lynxes, bobcats, ocelots, caracals, servals, and of course the members of the genus Felis, which include house cats. A side note though, the species Jaguarundi is also in this subfamily, and I absolutely love how odd they look. Funnily enough, the fact that they look so much like a mongoose gives credence to how they both reside in the suborder Filiforma. Through Jaguarundi, you can get a good idea of how Proilurus looked and behaved, and that's kind of how I was talking about earlier. Another species of note is the Borneo bay cat, Cato puma. I like their binomial name. This freaky looking cat is actually endangered and very elusive. Every picture of this guy I find, he looks like he's tweaking off something. And I would be too if my species was on the verge of extinction because of logging and my environment constantly shrinking. Now, time for what we were all waiting for. Let me get a drum roll, please. Felis. Including the domestic cat, there are 7 species in the genus Felis, and almost all of them look like your cats at home. Well, maybe besides the sand cat and the Chinese mountain cat, but for the most part, this is where we can see our furry little dictators descend from their common ancestors. Cats were domesticated around 11,000 years ago. The oldest fossil found of a domestic cat, I believe, is from the island of Crete 11,000 years ago, of a guy buried with his furry companion. The domestication of cats is believed to have happened, I would say, second-handedly, or as a non-direct form of domestication, at least in my opinion. It's just because as human agriculture began to go on an uprise, pests began to become a nuisance for us. In our storehouses where we would store food like vegetables, wheat, whichever, rodents would go around and eat what we have stored up. This in turn would bring cats in because there's a new abundant prey source, being the rodents, destroying our goods. And as humans, as we're observant, and we notice that certain cats keep coming around, we ended up just feeding them, rewarding them more, and thus we have cats. From starting off as African wildcats to now being their own species found around the world, cats, for all intents and purposes, have taken over the globe. Their impact is found planet-wide, from being social icons in Japan to meme gods here in the US, and to being praised as literal gods in ancient Egypt. Their influence is just second to none. And given how they're literally everywhere, and we have to put so much time and effort to keep them, it kind of does seem like they domesticated us in a way. With that in mind though, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was pretty chill. I like talking about cats, and yeah.
Man, nature's beautiful. It's a really nice view. I should add this in the video. I mean, like on my knees, I gotta. Yeah. Oh. Shit. So yeah, cats were domesticated. I think it was 11,000 years ago, and in those 11,000 years of forced human evolution, of course, things happen. The ancient Egyptians praised them as gods. East Asians fetishize them, kinda. Southeast Asians, they're just chill. And the Australians want to kill them. So there's a lot that's happened. But it's because, unfortunately, as cool as cats are, they are invasive. Originating from the African wildcat and the European wildcat. In that specific habitual range, everything else is just invasive territory for them. And they're everywhere. Cats are literally all over the planet. I think they're in every single continent except Antarctica. And I'd be surprised. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if someone fucking posted a video with their cat in Antarctica. Because they're everywhere. And as cool as that is, and as beneficial as it may be for us and our psyche, for the environment, it's actually very detrimental. Cats are responsible for destroying ecosystems, especially here in Florida. It's insane. People leave their cats outside and they just eat every single frog, lizard, bird. These native species that are already dealing with invasive animals in the south, bear with me, I'm sweating balls right now. You know, these animals are already fighting for their lives because you have iguanas and the pet trays bringing a shit ton of animals as is, and they're getting outcompeted. So cats hunting them on top of that is just, it's no bueno. You know, New Zealand, it's practically all the local original fauna there is practically gone because of cats. I mean, I love kiwis. Who doesn't love kiwis? And they're endangered because of cats. Like, come on. It's kind of rough, but I don't want to end this video on a sad note though, because guess what? Because we domesticated cats, we get freaking cat memes, and I'm gonna blast them right now before I end the video. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Wow, what a cute kitty. I hope it doesn't randomly explode.